Hey up team, today we're going to be taking a look at some trivia for some of the locations and cities around Gillinor. I don't know about anyone else, but when I'm browsing the OSRS wiki, I always scroll down to see if there's any interesting information and bits of trivia related to the certain content that I'm researching. All this information is taken from the OSRS wiki. I just thought it'd be a fun idea to compile some of the trivia I find most interesting and put it into video format. I do plan on making this a little bit of a series, as it's an interesting topic for me to research, and presenting them to you is good fun. It also gives me a chance to still create videos in between my First Time Ironman progress videos that take a lot longer to make and edit. You can expect the first episode of that to be released soonish. So yeah, trivia. It's always interested me, the little bits of information that accompany different assets in a gaming world. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's begin. Starting off in the spawn location for everyone who comes off Tutorial Island, Lumbridge. Named after the UK town of Cambridge, which is where the Jagex headquarters is. The River Lum goes through Lumbridge, as the River Cam goes through Cambridge. Next we have the town that no one can pronounce, Ardugny. I pronounce it Ardoyne, but I don't know if that's correct. Anyway, the town's name could be a reference to the Ardoyne Road in Belfast, Ireland, known for the separation of Protestants and Catholics. Again, another nod to the real world, bringing something that happens in the real world into the game. Very cool. Except in the game, instead of Catholics and Protestants, you've got the plagued and the non-plagued. In the Gnome Stronghold, prior to the release of the Monkey Badness 2 quest, a monkey archer would appear and walk between Neve, the Slayer Master, and the Stronghold Bank before disappearing again. Once the quest was released, the monkey archer walking around the Gnome Stronghold was removed, never to be seen again. At the Grand Tree, if you use a raw or cooked herring on the Grand Tree doors, it will yield a message, "It can't be done," in reference to a Monty Python's The Holy Grail movie. And speaking of the Holy Grail, if you go to Camelot, you see King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Merlin the Sorcerer is not part of the Round Table in Old School Runescape, though in some version of the story he holds a seat, even though he isn't a knight. And when you speak to King Arthur for the first time, he will explain his passing time or on vacation in the world of Gillinor. And unlike the White Knights or the Temple Knights, the names of the knights don't include a play on words, probably due to their creation outside of the world of RuneScape and not being made specifically for the game. Just next door to Camelot, you've got Seers Village. In the bank of Seers Village contains a message in Morse code. If the closed booths count as dots and the open booths count as dashes, the bank spells the word items. Sorry to interject, but this is me editing this video and I realise that I got this completely backwards. The open banks are dots and the closed banks are dashes, and that's how it makes the word items. Now moving on to the city of the elves, Prifddinas. Now Prifddinas translates to capital city in Welsh, and the music in Prif will automatically shuffle between 9 music soundtracks when the player logs in, even if they don't move. Moving on to Falador then. Falador was mentioned in the original hand-drawn map of Devious Mud, which is the precursor to RuneScape. The city was located next to a volcano on the map. The metal fence on the northwest exterior of the city has not been graphically updated since 2001, has remained untouched even though the city has gone under graphical changes over the years. Falador is known for having white walls, but it was originally normal grey stone back in RuneScape Classic and the early days of RuneScape 2. The Great Krend was originally going to be called Great Goreng, but was changed after Mod Ash and Matt K pointed out that it sounded a lot like Hermann Göring, the notorious Nazi leader. The sigil for the Great Krend was designed by a player named Aaron Allen, who won a competition run by Mod Ghost, a senior graphics artist on the OSRS team. Continuing on with the Great Krend then, we've got the houses. Lovacane. The name was created by Mod Reach, who emulated what the Dungeoneering boss team did, and whacked his keyboard, and then added a J at the end, because why not? And then we have Shazian. The name was created by Mod Reach again, who took inspiration from his cat Shay, who was, quote, a fucking warrior after going through a difficult surgery. He then associated it with the Asian warriors such as samurai. Onto the Piscarilius house then. Piscarilius is named after the Latin word Pisces, which is the plural of fish, and then changing the already used name Piscatorus. Before Wintertoad was introduced, speaking to an NPC in the town would reveal that it was governed by Lord Piscarilius. However, after the toad was released, speaking to Ish, the navigator, would reveal that he was working for Lady Piscarilius. Mod Ash commented on the inconsistency, stating that having 2 people share the governance seems like a good idea to me, if they also need to make long trade voyages. But with an update on 15th of June 2017, all references to Lord Pisk were removed. Canifis then, probably named after the genus of wolf, the Canis, which would make sense as the whole town is inhabited by werewolves. So there we have it. That's all the trivia that I learnt for this video. I hope you found something interesting, and if you did, please leave a comment down below. As I said, this is probably going to be a bit of a series going forward, as I work on my First Time Ironman progress videos, but they're in the works currently. Hopefully you enjoyed, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers team!